Hello everyone, welcome. Come on in to the crafting studio with Jennifer. I am Jennifer with Creativity. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I am coming to you live from my craft room in Lexington, South Carolina. Come on in. This is our craft along. Hopefully, I'm going to start out with, hopefully everyone that has ordered their kits to craft along with me have received them in person already. If not, they will be delivered tomorrow. I did get a late start in getting them out, so I did do a overnight type second day basically to make sure everybody got them, and some of my tracking numbers are showing today as delivery and then some are showing tomorrow. So when I went to the post office to double check what was going on, because I did not overnight them, they could not guarantee me through the process that they would definitely be there today. So I do apologize, and I will be reaching out to you individually tomorrow to talk to you about some things that I'm going to do. So I do apologize for that. Also, PDF file is on the way. It will be with you either tonight or first thing in the morning. I did get behind from that. I've had some things come up that I could not control, family related. So I have been working through that and preparing for changes in the family situations, and I did get a little behind. So I do apologize, but again, I will be reaching out to you individually tomorrow for those that did order the packets and talk to you about some things that is going to be coming your way. All right, come on in, everyone. I just wanted to get that cleared up. I am so excited to be here, and I am so grateful that you are here with me. I am so grateful that each of you have purchased the kits to craft along with me. I love this time that I get to be with you. The fourth Monday of every month, we will be doing a craft along, and I am just thrilled that I am able to do this with you, and I appreciate each of you and every one of yours supporting, whether it's watching my videos, sharing my videos, liking my videos, purchasing, any of those things. I am very grateful and appreciate you all very well. All right, so let me dive into an exciting announcement. Make sure you're on my email list because I will be sending out an email first thing in the morning, probably before you even get up, unless you're like me and get up so early in the morning. But Stampin' Up has a sale starting tomorrow. I am so excited about it. It is the first time ever that Stampin' Up has done a Black Friday sale. They are doing a sale starting tomorrow, and I'm pulling up my flyer because I don't want to tell you the wrong information. It is running from November the 25th through December the 1st. It is a Black Friday sale. There is going to be 40% off of selected items. There is also 25% off of items and 15% off of items. Now, with a spin on that, I have my own Black Friday special, and I will be adding that on to what Stampin' Up is already doing. So here is a great opportunity for you to pull out those wish lists and get some of these items that are going to be on sale, and also tack into the part of what I will be doing as a Black Friday special as well. Because starting on Wednesday morning, when I do my coffee and card with you, that is going to kind of be my end all for the holiday season for Thanksgiving. I will be taking, of course, Thursday off, and I will not probably be around on Friday, so I'll be heads up. And there is no Funfold Friday, but I will email you a PDF for a Funfold that you can work on. But there will be no live on Friday for Funfold because I will be with my family, enjoying our family time and getting all of our Christmas out and celebrating and being just very grateful and blessed that we have another day. So, make sure you're on the email list so you get the Black Friday specials, and I will announce that tomorrow. So don't forget. Also, if you did not get the Craft-A-Long kit to go tonight and you do want it, you do have an opportunity to order. Click the link in this video and place a minimum $40 order, and you will get all the supplies to make all 5 projects. Except I do not do any stamping because that is against the Stampin' Up Angel policy. So we are not allowed to ship stamped images. So I can't do any of that. And also, due to the stamp set, I will not do any of these die cutting that goes along with the projects. I will give you the material and you can do your own cutting, whether you supplement the bundle or you order that bundle to go along with it. That is up to you. But any other die cutting, embossing, any of that stuff that is not included in the bundle, then I will make sure you have all that taken care of. All right, I think that is all I have. Let's dive in because I was not very smart when I decided this was the bundle for Craft-A-Long because there are a lot of pieces for this little Peppermint bundle here that we are turning it into, but it is going to be lots of fun. So I have got my desktop up, so now whenever anybody comes through with comments, I can see you and respond. If you like this video, please share, like, and if you're watching me on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to it, share it, like it. That does help my business grow, and that is greatly appreciated. All right, guys, I am going to turn you down, and we are going to get started. All right, I am so excited about these projects, and I am excited about being here with you as well. All right, let's see if I can get this done without making a disaster. Okay, so the 5 projects that we are doing. Yes, 5 projects. Whew, what was I thinking? All right, so there is card 1. Here's another card 2. Actually, this is card 5. This is card 4. And here is card 3. And I may need to zoom out just a little bit so you can see these. All right, so that's card 5, card 4, card 3. Here is card 2. And here is card 1. And we're going to slide that one right there. So those are the 5 projects for this video for the Craft-A-Long tonight. And I hope you enjoy watching and crafting along with me. And again, if you do not have your kits, it will be delivered tomorrow. So be on the lookout for a message from me so I can square some things away with you because I was late in getting them shipped out, and I thought by doing second day it would have gotten there to everyone, but obviously it did not. So I will take care of that. All right, so let's get started. So, hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. I don't know why this is wanting to, there we go. This was kind of drooping. All right, let's see if I can get us cleaned up here. Get us squared away. All right, I think that's good there. All right, so the first card we're going to do is I have garden green and cherry cobbler. And then I have the designer series paper out of the traditional Christmas 12 by 12 designer series paper. All right, so let's dive in and let's get started. I do have to do some cutting. I started out by not cutting everything, and then as time got going, I'm like, you know what? We will be here all night if I don't do cutting. So in cards 3 through 5, I have already pre-cut everything, so it won't take as long. But card 1 and 2, we've got to cut everything. So get your projects together and get them out, and let's get started. So I have the garden green cardstock. We're going to fold this in half. Gonna take our bone folder and go across there and give it that great sweep across. We have our cherry cobbler. We're gonna go ahead and adhere our card to the card base. I am using our Stampin' Seal adhesive, but if you are using liquid glue, any of that kind of stuff, you are more than welcome to use that. Just make sure you don't put it too close to the edge so it don't squish out in the wrong places. Now what we're going to do, before we do anything else, we are going to take our piece of basic white and we're going to stick that on the inside. Now you can stamp if you choose, or you can leave it blank. I tend to leave my insides blank until I get ready to send them, because I'm not sure who I'm going to send it to. Hello, Debbie. How are you? All right, here we go. Now, this piece is going to go right on the top of the cherry cobbler. But before we do that, let's take our small blending brush. And I have Balmy Blue ink. And I'm going to just run this around at the top of the card base here. Just a little bit to give it a little different look. To give it some cloud look on the background. But before I do that, I have to put a piece of scrap down. So we're going to just take our blending brush and rub it over the Balmy Blue. Now, I don't want it to start directly onto my project because it will see how dark it is. So I gradually want to work this around onto my card. And that way, and also the harder the pressure, the darker the color. All right, so you just want to kind of rub it gently because you can always keep going over it. But once you put that big old blob in there, just say like that, you can't redo it. So lightly and just keep adding to it until you are satisfied. And I am good with that. So we're going to take this and move it. We're going to close up this Balmy Blue. All right, so now we're going to take this and we're going to, no, we're not. We've got to wrap, I shouldn't have hooked that one down. Okay, we're good. All right, we're going to take this and we're going to just leave it alone, and we're going to put our designer series paper on here. Again, this is from the traditional Christmas designer series paper. And I am going to just kind of center this down at the bottom. And I'm going to just let it go across there. All right. Now we need to take, let's see, we need to take our garden green, our cherry cobbler, and our designer series paper. And this is what we're going to need to do. We have got to pull out our black momentum ink. Okay. And then we need to pull out our stamp. Oh, by the way, I did not share the bundle that I am using tonight. I apologize for that. I normally open up with that, but I got excited about the sale coming up and just doing the class. I forgot. But I have used this in the past. So it's actually one of the bundles that is on the last chance list. So if you want it, now's the time to get it. But it is the More Than Autumn. So you've got autumn sentiments, you've got Christmas sentiments in this one. You got the lattes, the spicing, the apple ciders, the eggnogs. So you could do all kinds of projects with this. And then here is the dies that go with this. All right, so that is the bundle that we're using. And I do apologize for not sharing that at the very beginning. Totally wiped my mind. It's been a long day. I had to go to work today, and it's like a ghost at work because a lot of people are off this week. So in the suite that I work in, I was basically the only one there. So it's been a long day. All right, so I'm going to take my little cup, and I'm tapping it in my black momentum, and I'm going to stamp 2 cups on the striped cardstock, designer paper. All right, so we're going to do this, and we're going to do one more. All right, now what we're going to do is do the same thing. We're going to do the cup on the cherry cobbler and the garden green. Okay, that is all we're going to do with the cup. Now we're going to slide them out. We've got a piece of scrap basic white. We need to stamp the gingerbread man. We need to stamp the candy cane. I'm going to stamp the candy cane, the gingerbread, and the marshmallows. And the whipped cream. Okay? And this is why I said that I had to start cutting the projects, because this here is going to take forever if I have to do this for 5 cards. So I do have cards 3 through 5 already done. So it's just this one and card 2 that we have to do. So it won't be that bad. All right, let's stamp this one. Okay. And actually, I'm going to leave that on that block since we're going to use it again. And the marshmallows, we're going to do that one there. All right. So what I want to do now is take my blending brush, Stampin' Blends, my goodness. And we're going to go ahead and color in some here. We're going to color our little gingerbread man with the pecan pie. And we are going to color his little hands and feet, the dark pecan. Okay, Now we need our cherry cobbler for the candy cane. We're going to color every other stripe just like the candy cane. Okay, there we go. And then what I did, I think that's all I did with this one. Okay, that's all I did with this one. Now we have to cut this out. So I need to step over to my cutter for a second. And actually, I want to bring my cutter over here. And that way, hopefully it won't make such a mess. Let's see. Let's see what I can do. What can I do? All right, guys. So we're going to take our little cup here and we're going to stick it on the garden green and line it up so it cuts it out. We're going to take our whipped cream dye and put on it. Then we're going to take our candy cane dye and our gingerbread man. A gingerbread little guy here. All right. And our marshmallows. Doing this card makes me really want me a latte coffee. Or a nice cup of hot chocolate. I love either one. Just recently started getting into hot chocolate. But I have to be careful with that because they're real, well, even the lattes, they're worse than the hot chocolates with the sweetness. I try to watch all that sugar intake. All right, so here are those little characters. So I got those cut out. Now we've got to cut out the 3 cups. So this is going to take me just a few seconds because there's only 1 cup die. I'm like, why would you only give us 1 cup die? But that's all there is, so just give me 1 second. And this one here and the second card are the only 2 cards that we're die cutting out. I've got everything else ready. So they'll go pretty quickly once we get these done. But I just wanted to share with you since it was a craft-along. So I hope everyone is enjoying their projects. I'm hoping everybody's got their projects and the delivery stuff was just wrong, because that has happened before too, where it told me one thing and then when I reached out to the customers, they did have the packets. And I try not to be late when I tell you it's going out. That's what I try to do. But this circumstances, I couldn't control it. So those things happen. All right. Now, here we go. Let's put our card together and then move on to the other card. Now, what we're going to do is slide these little ones up because I'm going to be lost them if not. We need to take our snips, and on these cards, the only thing you want is the centerpiece. So go ahead, and yes, you have to fussy it, but this is an easy fussy cut. An easy cut. All right, there we go. That is all I need from this one. And we're going to do the same thing with the cherry cobbler. And then Now, when you order these craft-alongs from me, I cannot do any of the stamping. So, if you want your projects to look identical to what I am doing in the videos and your written instructions, add on the bundle, because I do the add-on with the bundle, and you get it for with no shipping, because I will tack it into your packet, so you're not paying for shipping again. So always add on that bundle, because that way you've got it and you can do these. But I cannot, after you see this, I cannot cut these and it makes sense to you without it being stamped. So that is why you've got just the pieces of the designer series paper and the cardstock, because I could not see the point in stamping it because it just wasn't going to go right. All right, so we've got to get our real red ribbon, and we're going to wrap it around our card base here, our cardstock. And then we're going to just tie like a little knot in it. So let's do this. And, oh, here we go. You struggle with a bow, not a knot, Jennifer. Talking to myself. The knot should go easier. Come on. Why are you giving me such a hard time? All right, there we go. Now you just want to pull it to where it's snug, but don't buckle up your card base. And then you're going to cut your little tails so they hang in just a little bit, but not bad. All right. Put that back. And you will have a piece of the ribbon in your packet, so you can just cut it. You should have plenty to do that with. All right, now we are ready to attach this to the card base. So here's that. And I always like to put it heavy over the bow, the ribbon, the twine, so it has that extra security there. So we're going to put that down like that. Now we're going to take our little cups, and again, we're going to put our adhesive on the back, and we are going to stick our cups down. That one's going to go down at the bottom, and then this one's going to go on top of the ribbon. So this is going to go right there. All right, now we're going to take our little marshmallows. We're going to put our adhesive on, and then this is going to kind of sit at the top of that cup. And then we're going to take our whipped cream here, and we're going to put on the other cup. We're going to take our candy cane, and I'm going to use the liquid green glue for this one. We're going to take our candy cane and put just a little bit of glue on that. And then that's going to go right onto the center. Take the little gingerbread man and do the same thing for this cup. It's going to go straight on to there. All right. Now it is time for our sentiment. And this one I used, I said, you had me at Peppermint. So let's get our cherry cobbler out and our black momentum. And we're going to take you had me, and we're going to stamp that right there. You had me at, and then we're going to do peppermint in the cherry cobbler. There we go. All right, that is wanting to stick up there too much. I don't like that. There we go. All right, now we're going to embellish it off with our little peppermint embellishments here. And we are going to take one of the big ones and stick it right there. And then we're going to take a medium-sized one, and it's going to go down at the bottom. And then let's take one of the little ones and put right at the top. All right, guys, there is card number 1 for Craft-A-Long. I hope you like that. All right, so let's close these up so we don't get that everywhere. And I wanted to clean these off real quick so we can put everything back as we are going along here. That way, in case you are crafting, you can catch up. Or if I am going too fast for you, then you can always just go back and rewatch and catch up that way. And just watch me craft tonight, whichever way works for you. I would like to see your projects, so when you get done, if you'll post them, I would love to see them. And if you don't feel comfortable posting, you can always just text them to me as well. All right, so there's card number 1. So let's move on to card number 2. Let's see, hold on. Make sure everything stays together. Now this one here is going to take a minute because this one has a lot of pieces. All right, so here is card number 2. All right, so on this one, what we are going to do is we have our thick basic white cardstock for the base. We're going to fold that over, go ahead and run our bone folder, give it that great sweep. Then we have a piece of basic white that I have embossed with the eyelet embossing folder. You are going to attach this to your card base using dimensionals. And my dimensional pack is almost empty. So what we're going to do is, because we use every bit of our dimensionals, even these sides, because these are dimensionals as well, they just in a strip. So make sure you don't waste them, and you can use these as well. So we're going to just go ahead and do that so we can put these down. All right, so there's that. We got here, and we're going to do that one right there. Now what we're ready to do is we're going to take these off of the back, just like you would a regular dimensional. And there, here, and here. All right, now this is ready to go straight onto our card base. Okay, then we have okay, Debbie. Yes, thank you. Glad you're enjoying. So this is the designer series paper. Let's see, what's it called? I did not get this set. It's called the Elegant Pine Snowflakes. Gorgeous designer series paper. I just totally have ran out of time to do Christmas, and I did not order this, so, but it is gorgeous, gorgeous paper. The stamp set is also gorgeous, but I did not get the stamp set. So these are the Elegant Pine Snowflake. And then on the back side, you have the different types. And if you live somewhere to where you do get snow, this would be great for scrapbooking pages or any of that. But we don't get a lot of snow here in South Carolina. So I am just using it for this. I have this because I took a class when I went to a retreat for demonstrators. And this was one of our make and take projects. So I did get to make some samples with it. But it was just, I'd done planned all my classes and I just didn't feel I could do it. So what I'm going to do is take the snowflake out of here. There is dies that go to this, but since I don't have the set, I do have to do my little fussy cutting. And this won't take me but 1 minute to go around. But if you have this bundle and you have the dies that go with it, you can easily cut this out. I believe this is one of the snowflakes that the dies do cut out, I believe. I know it cuts out some of the snowflakes with the paper. I believe it's this one. So go ahead and you can either fussy cut this or use the die and pre-cut that way. All right, so let's do this real quick. Do y'all have Thanksgiving plans? We're going to be doing cooking, and I will be doing cooking. I also plan to play around in my craft room or just sit on the couch with the husband and watch some movies. My family always does Thanksgiving in the evenings, and that gives my children time to go to their significant other side families to do their lunches, and then we gather for dinner. Back in the day when Black Friday was truly Black Friday, my daughter and I, after Thanksgiving dinner, we would always go to the stores at 4 a.m. in the morning and all that fun stuff for Black Friday. So we always just do the evenings for Thanksgiving. So it works out great. All right, there's that. Now, we are going to take our snowflake now and adhere it straight onto the card base now. It's ready to go. And this is going to go in the center. All right, now this is where the fun piece gets. So we've got lots and lots and lots of pieces to cut with this one. And I do wish I pre-cut this, but I didn't. So let's just dive in. All right, I need my black Momentum ink. And, oops, about to stick my block in the ink. All right, we're going to take this and we're going to stamp our cup. We need our donuts. I'm going to stamp our donut on here. Let's see. Let's take this block. Stamp our donut. That is one thing I do not eat a lot of is donuts. I don't. But they're cute. And all the designs. Now, for this, we need 3 gingerbread, okay? So 1, 2, 3. And then we need 3 candy canes. Let's see. Here's the candy cane. Oops. So we need 3 candy canes. 1, 2, 3. All right, we need 3 candy canes, 3 gingerbread. We need our whipped cream. All right, we need our whipped cream. Ooh, we got to do our 2 straws for this one as well. See, I told you I did not think this through when I said this was craft alone, because there is a lot. So there's our 2 straws. We got our 3 candy canes and our 3 gingerbread, our cup, and our donut. All right, I think we're good now. Now it's time to do all the fun coloring. All right, so let's do pecan pie, crumb cake. No, that's pecan pie too. Never mind. Our cherry cobbler. All right, so let's do cherry cobbler on our straws. All right. Our candy canes. All right, there's that. We got to do this candy cane. All right, now, what I did with this is we're going to color the little specks to give it its sprinkles. Okay, now we're going to do our cup, and we're going to do the light pecan pie. Go ahead and do the brush piece here. It'll go faster. I hope these are in our sale, our 40% off, because gosh, these would be great. I use my blends a lot. All right. And go ahead and do, let's see, this is the light. I'm going to go ahead and do our little gingerbreads. All right, we'll go ahead and wipe these on out. Okay. Then we're going to take the dark and we're going to color the hands and the little feet. All right, now for the cup with the dark, we want to give it some shadow. So we're going to just kind of outdo the lining to give it that shadow. All right, now, this is ready to be cut out here. Let's clean these off real quick so I can get my desk cleaned back off. Okay. All right, guys, this is the actual last one that I have to pre-cut and everything. Everything beyond this is already done. So we're good on that. All right, so now we've got to do our cutting. So let's get our dies out and our cutting tool back up here. And we're going to put that there. Oh, you know, we've got to put our sprinkles in our whipped cream. So we'll do that in a second. Let's pre-cut. I can go ahead and do that while I already have the tool up here. And then we can do that. All right, let's cut the ginger. And the candy cane. All right, let's see, the straw. What else can I cut? I think that's, oh, the cup. Trying to get everything I can cut at one time instead of doing one at a time. All right, here we go. Let's run this through. And hopefully they did not move. All right, let's see what we got. All right, so there's our cup. Awesome. Here's our donut. Okay. Our muffin. Our straw. Our gingerbread. Our there. Okay. And our whipped cream. All right, so we got to cut 2 more candy canes and 2 more gingers. All right, let's see. There's that. Hello, Kathy. Welcome. I am just having a blast with all these little die cuts and these peppermints. I was saying earlier, I didn't know what I was thinking when I decided to do this card. But it is so cute. How could I pass it up? And it's almost that time for peppermint mochas. I mean, it is almost the season. About to give up my pumpkin spice and go to my peppermint mochas. I am so glad. I'm very disciplined with going to Starbucks or to Dunkin' for these flavored drinks. I am very disciplined. I don't allow myself to go daily, weekly. I might go twice a month. So I do good, but I do love them. And I only allowed myself go twice a month if I did my gym workouts like I was supposed to. If I don't do my gym workouts like I'm supposed to, then that is my punishment. We don't get to go get our favorite drinks for the holidays. All right. Now, let's assemble this little joker. Because it is a lot. We've got to get some dimensionals because this thing is put on with dimensionals. All right. We always have dimensionals, right? Always, always, always. All right. So the best thing I can do is go ahead and flip over. Oh, you know, we need to put our sprinkles on that before we put dimensionals on that, because you're not going to put dimensionals on it when you have a dimensional in there. So let's take our cherry cobbler and right in the center, we're going to put our little red cherries, our little red sprinkles. All right, now we're going to flip it over and put our dimensionals on it. And there and there. Okay, so we're going to take our regular size dimensionals. We're going to put 2 on each of the cup and the donut. All right. This one's going to get 1. All right. Then we're going to switch over to the minis and the gingerbreads. And the candy canes will get the mini dimensionals, since they're mini. All right, so there's that. And then the straws do not get any. I put them on with glue dots. So, come on. All right, so hold on. There we go. We're going to put that one on with that. And then we're going to do this one right there. All right. Everything's got, that way it's easier to assemble the project this way. So we're going to do that. We're going to put our cup kind of in the center. Then we're going to put our muffin, our whipped cream right on the top there. And this is pretty much, put them where you want them, because remember, this is your card. So we're going to stick the donut right there. All right, so here we go. Candy cane goes right over here. Gingerbread goes right there. Okay. Then another gingerbread is going to go right down here. Gingerbread right there. Candy cane goes right there. And come on. Candy cane goes right there. All right, now the glue dots. Where's the glue dots? Probably in the bin from last night's projects. Because I have not done last night's projects. I ain't gonna know how to act and not being on social media for a couple of days with the holiday being around. I'm gonna be lost. But I'll be around, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna be spending some time with the family. Until they get sick of me, or until I get sick of them, and then I'm gonna sneak off to my craft room. I got to get started on scrapbooking. I am so far behind in my scrapbooking. And I also got stuff going on with Stampin' Up! That we got to get going, because I got some exciting things coming out y'all's way. So I got to get it together so I can do that. We got a lot of things coming out with Stampin' Up! We got our Black Friday sale, and then we've got, we have the month of December going on with exciting things there. And then we go into, we go from there into a new mini catalog for January. So there's lots going on, but I got to get my stuff in gear. That's why it's important to be on my email list, because all of this information will go through email. So make sure you're on that email list. All right, so there is that. Now we are done. We need to do a double bow. Okay. I love double bows. I used to not do them, and then once I started, it's like that's all I want to do is double bows. Plus, it tends to go better with the baker's twine. It don't roll like it would if it wasn't a double. I love double bows. But if you're not a double bow, don't tie it in a double bow. Now, if you got the kit in advance, you got a whole roll of this, okay? So you have plenty of baker twine to do your project. Now, the difference in pre-ordering and getting it now, you will not get all the supplies that you get whenever you do it up front. When I advertise Craft Along classes, if you order it then you get about $20 in free Stampin' Up product, plus all the supplies that go with it. And Craft Along is only $39. So, when I advertise December's, grab it because it's well worth it. And then you get to come spend the night with me like you are now and craft with me. All right, now we need to do our sentiment, and that was done with the heat emboss, and I didn't realize that, so I gotta cut this on real quick. All right, so let's do this. We're going to heat emboss, so I'm going to use my buddy, and I'm going to rub this off to get all the static out of the cardstock. Once you do that, you do not want to touch it, otherwise it's going to mess it up. It puts the static back in there, so don't touch once you clean up with the buddy. All right, and then again, I did You Had Me At. All right, let's see. I guess I probably could have stamped both of them together. I'm going to tap that into the Versamark. And we're going to stamp that right there. And then we're going to do the Peppermint. Right there. And I don't normally do it like this, but that's just the way it rolled. All right, so we're going to sprinkle our white powder, embossing powder over it. We're going to tap off the extra. I like to do it twice just to make sure it's well covered. All right, so normally you have a little brush that you can get all the little extra off with, but my grandbabies must have snagged my brush because it's not with my tray. All right, we're going to leave that alone so we don't mess it up. And I think we're good. Now I'm going to cut the little embossing tool on and let it change. Once it pops, then it is ready. All right, there it goes. You see it? It is working its magic. All right, there is that. Oh, I need to put the lid on my embossing powder so I don't dump it. All right, so now what I want to do is we have this new online punch. It is called the three banner punch, I think. It is an online exclusive item, and it's new. So I'm going to use that, and we're going to punch out our sentiments. Oh, come on. Why are you giving me a hard time? So we're going to just kind of line that up and punch. And then we're going to just have to tear that off. So because I want the, no, that's right. This one goes right here. So we're going to put this one right here. And you're going to just line it up and punch. All right. Ooh, don't throw that away. All right. Now we are ready to go. We're going to put these on with dimensionals. Again, these are going to go right on the back. Just like that. And then we're going to do the same thing for this one. And going to do that one there. All right, guys. I know y'all are thinking like, what is she doing? These are really easy projects. I promise. They just seem like a lot. But they're really cute projects. So I hope you are enjoying. All right, we're going to finish this one off with our peppermints, embellishments. All right, so we're going to get a big one. And that's going to go right there. We're going to get, oh, come on, maybe. We're going to get a medium one, and it's going to go right there. We are going to get another medium, and that's going to go right there. And these you can just put throughout however you want. Right there. And then I wanted one of the babies. I want to put it up there. All right. So there is card number 2. Okay. All right. Let's go to card number 3. This one's going to go a lot smoother. Like I said, I've already pre-cut. I know we are approaching our hour, so give me just a couple more minutes. This is card number 3. And we're going to take our card base, go ahead and fold it. Run our bone folder at there. We are going to take our basic white cardstock. And this goes on the outside. So we're going to go ahead and put our adhesive on the back. And put that down. We're going to take our designer series paper from the traditional Christmas. And this is going to go all the way down to the bottom of the basic white. So you're only going to have the basic white showing at the top. And then I have a cherry cobbler. I cut this out of the stylish shape dies. And that's going to go right there. We have our donuts. So we're going to go ahead and attach those down. And we're going to do the same thing with this. Get our cup, and we're going to do the same thing for our cup. Now, these are kind of tucked behind the cup, so you want to make sure you can put your donuts kind of under there before you tack it down, just so you know if you like that look. Okay, there we go. I'm going to roll with this look right there. And then we're going to just kind of put this right there. All right. Now we've got our little marshmallows. And we have our candy cane. So we're going to take that and we're going to stick that kind of on the top of the marshmallows. And then this all gets tucked right under the cup. Just like that. All right. Now, we have our little gingerbread. No, Debbie, the traditional paper is 12 by 12. I'll show you the pack that I have, what's left of it, in 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Let's finish this card, and then I will show you the rest of it. I don't have much of it, but I'll show you what I have. All right, so for this, we are going to take our black momentum and our pecan pie ink pad. And this is going to be nothing better than hot chocolate. All right, so let's find that sentiment. Nothing's better. And that's going to get stamped in the black momentum. Okay. There. I'm not pleased with that, so we're going to turn that over and try that again because I didn't like the way that's stamped. Much better. All right, now let's get our hot chocolate stamp. Or our hot cocoa, excuse me. And what block we're going to use? This one here. And this is going to get in the pecan pie. All right. Now this is ready to be attached down. And I meant to do this beforehand. I'm going to lift the cup up just a little bit because we want to tuck that under there just a little dab. All right. So there is that. Now let's take this and close these ink pads up. All right. We need our embellishments again, and those are going to be our peppermints. We're going to take one of the big ones. We're going to stick it right there. A medium size and a baby. And let's do a baby one over there. Oh, did it not have any sticky? All right, I guess it's lost its sticky. All right, let's take one of the other ones down. Maybe. And put that one there. All right, again, this one's going to call for a double bow. But we're going to do a smaller double bow for this one. So, I'm going to take this and we're going to tie it. I'm going to make a big one, and then we can always condense it down to be a small bow. Oh, come on. I think I cut my string too short. Let's see. Let's see what I did. All right, I think I did. We're going to just cut again. Sometimes I think I can do it with the small thread, and then it's like, nope, not going to happen. Now watch this one turn out small. And then I've wasted all that. See? There. All right, glue dots. And we are done with card 3. See, I told y'all this was going to go a lot faster. Having it pre-done is the key. So if you are crafting along and you are behind because you did not get everything pre-cut, just go ahead and go to card 4 and come back, or just listen and craft as you go along. Then we got to put our inside piece down. We're going to put our piece of basic white on the inside. Anytime you do the dark cardstock, you want to put a light color on the inside so you can do your message or your stamping. But there is card number 3. All right. Love it. All right. Let's get some of this stuff from the desktop because it is getting wild up here. This project uses a lot of dies and product. All right, let's do that. I'm trying a new thing. I normally don't clean my stamps like this while we're in the videos. However, it tends to, when I get done with my Facebook Lives, I go downstairs to be with my family for a little bit before everybody goes to bed. And then I never come back up to clean everything and put it away until the next day. So I'm trying something different. Let's see if it works. All right, traditional Christmas. I don't, like I said, I don't have very much of it, but this is what I do have. This is the traditional Christmas. Here's the front side, and then you got the plaid on the back. And then you've got this one, and then check on the back. You have the cherry cobbler polka dots. And then this is, at first I wasn't crazy about it, but it is really pretty the more you play with it. This is the bubble bath with the real red, the garden green, and old olive mixed in it. So, and it's got gold in it. I don't know if you can see the gold or not, but there's that one. And then you have this side. And there is a stamp set and die that goes with this that cuts all the stuff out. Beautiful projects. And then, of course, we've seen that one. You've got the blue pinstripe. And then you have this side, which is really pretty. And then I think we're going to be repeating. Yeah, those are 2 full sheets. So this is 12 by 12 paper. And that's all I have for that because I have used it like crazy. I know we're getting off track here, but one of the things that I used with it is the designer paper. I made an envelope out of the designer paper. And then we also used and made a card. And I did this at a demonstrator retreat. Thank you for the thumbs ups. But this is a card that using that product. And open it up and it says Merry Christmas to you. And this is all from that traditional Christmas. Okay. All right. Let's get back to our craft along. Sorry guys, got sidetracked. All right, here we go. Card number 4. So this one's going to be kind of a unique card here. We are actually making our own backgrounds. All right, so we've got our thick basic white as our card base. We are going to do the bone folder across there. we have our cherry cobbler cardstock. Going to attach this directly to the card base. And we are going to assemble that just like that. Now, before we go any further, we have this piece of basic white here. What we've got to do is we are going to do our own stamping in the background. So I've got my cherry cobbler out, and we need to get our little candy cane. And we're going to tap it in the cherry cobbler, and you are going to just stamp. And I did some light, some dark. So don't re-ink every time. Okay? Let it fade out. I tried more than twice, but I did not like it. So I do two. So one dark and one light. One dark, one light. All right, so I'm just doing that all over. Uh-oh, I got off track. All right, let's see. There we go. Okay, it did do it. All right, there we go. Now, you can also go back in and make them kind of go upside down if you like. That would be totally up to you. Or you can have them going all in one direction. I kind of like them all over. Let's see. All right, I think that's good. I can stamp candy canes a lot. All right, so here we go. Now let's go to the next project here. Clean that off. Now we can take this and stick it straight onto the card base as it is ready to go directly onto the cherry cobbler as a layer. All right, there's that. Now, we have a piece of scrap that we need to stamp our sentiment for. And this one, I said, this calls for, and then Peppermint. So, let's find that. I got the Peppermint. Now, let's find this calls for. All right, I got both of them. And I'm not going to do them on the same block because the last time I did that, it did not punch out very well. So we're going to do two different stamps. And then we're going to use that banner punch again. So this banner punch comes in real handy. And it was just released for the online exclusive item. So it lines up just like that. And then we're going to punch it out. And then I have 3 different layers. But we only want the first 2. So I'm going to chunk that over there. All right. Now we're going to take our cherry cobbler cutout. I did this through the nested dies, nested essential dies. So we're going to go ahead and put that straight down onto the center of our card. And if you're just joining me, welcome. I appreciate everyone being here. We are on card number 4 of our craft along. And you are able to get this class. There's 5 projects. You can get the projects by placing a order. And I've got all the information in the details So just click that link if you're interested in that. All right, so here we go. We've got to do a little coloring. I cut everything out, but I did not get it colored. So we're going to take our smoky slate and our cherry cobbler, and our pecan pie. So we've got our cinnamon stick here. We're going to color it our pecan pie. Okay. And then we're going to take our smoky slate. Oop, wrong side. We want the pointy part here, pin part. And we're going to just kind of give it some shadow here. All right. Same thing with the cup. We're going to just kind of give it that shadow type look. And here. And then kind of make it look like it's got stuff in it. There we go. And then we're going to take our cherry cobbler and make like candy stripes in the center part. All right, there we go. Now, we're going to take this and we're going to just adhere it down to the... We're going to take this now, and I am out of adhesive. Ah! All right. Liquid glue time. And we're going to stick, you know what, since we've got glue, let's go ahead. Oh, that goes back there, not on this. Okay. We're going to stick this right on here. We're going to take this whipped cream, and we're going to put our glue on the back. And before we put this down, let's go ahead and put our cinnamon stick in. Oh, come on. And that way it all sticks together. And then we're going to take this and stick it straight on there. Just like that. All right. Now let's wrap this one up by putting our embellishments on here. We're going to take our peppermints. And we're going to do 3. All right. There is card number 4. Card number 4. Okay. There's card number 4. All right. Now, let's go to card number 5. Last one. All right, let's see. I'm going to move all the little pieces up there so we do not lose anything. I'm going to take this, close this out. All right, here is card number 4. So we got our real red cardstock as our card base. I'm going to take that and fold it over and give it that good push. We're going to take our basic white and we are going to hook that on. Nope. We got to wrap our ribbon all the way around this one, so we cannot glue down yet. All right, so what we're going to do now is take our basic black and our basic white, and we're going to hook those two together. Okay, we're going to put a small line going across here. And then this is going to go straight onto our basic white. All right. Then we're going to take our real red ribbon. This is called Real Red Shiny Ribbon, because it is like a silk type ribbon. So if you got the kit, you've got, I think 19 inches of this ribbon. I think's what it come out to be. And then you're going to tie a side bow. And if you can't do a bow, just tie a knot. It's fine. All right. I bet my family thinks I got lost because they were waiting on me to do dinner. I forgot to tell them I had to go live. Told them I was coming up to my studio and didn't think nothing else about it. Oops. Oh well. That'll be all right. All right, let's get our bow situated here. Now you can work with your bow and make it any size that you want. However you want your bow to go. I'm going to take mine and make my tail kind of go on the inside more, hopefully. And let's see, we got to take and cut this off there. Okay, so there is the bow. Now we can take this and attach it to the card base because we've got the bow wrapped around now. All right, so now this is going to go straight onto the card base. All right, so now what we're going to do is we have our bubble bath out of the circle, stylish circle dies, and I've got our cups and our creams, our marshmallows, and our straws. So we've got to color in these, and I used the bubble bath and did I use bubble bath? And what else did I use? I used the cherry cobbler. All right. So let's take the dark, no, I did the light bubble bath and I colored the cup. Takes a minute when you prep in advance, and then it's like, okay, what did you do when you did it? So it took me a minute to realize. So we're going to go ahead and color these in. All right. Then what I did is I took the cherry cobbler then, and I came back in here. Ooh. Need the pointed part here, not the brush tip. And then we just kind of tapped it a little bit like that to give it a different look. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing here. We're making it kind of have a shadow. All right, same thing. All right, there we go. And then we've got two little hearts that we've got to color in as well. And then these little hearts are going to go straight onto the center of the cups. And these are so much easier if you color before you come away from cutting them out, because this is kind of tough right here. Tough, 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 with everything being so tiny. All right. Now what I need is the bubble bath again. And we are going to trace out our whipped cream. And then we're also going to tap off our marshmallows. All right. So that should be all of the coloring now. Now we're ready to hook it on. Yes. So we did this with glue. Come on. We did this with dimensionals. Okay, so we're going to do here. We are almost done, guys. We are wrapping this up. I hope y'all have enjoyed the craft along for November. Our next craft along will be in December, which is the 4th Monday in December. And I believe that is the Monday after Christmas. So be on the lookout for an email to share what projects we're going to be doing. I will have to do the orders kind of quickly, so registration may be shorter than normal because of the shutdown for Stampin' Up, because they close, I want to say it's like 3 or 4 days in the week that Stampin' Up closes. I should know something very soon as to when is our last chance to order before the holiday kicks in. So be on the lookout for that, because I would love for y'all to join in craft along. It's a lot of fun. I hope you've experienced that tonight as having fun watching. And for those that are crafting along, I hope you have enjoyed the projects as well. All right, so let's wrap this up. Gonna put that there. And then the straws, we're gonna tuck in the back side here. And then we're gonna take this one and do that one. Right. Oh no, I like it slanted. All right. Whew. Now, this is put on with dimensionals, okay? This has been a busy one, but so much fun. December probably will not be this many pieces because the holiday. I am super busy during December, just with church-related stuff or family, because we do a lot of family stuff. All right, so there is that. Now what we need to do is we've got to stamp our sentiments, and this is what I love about this one. So we are doing peppermint spice, so we need spice. And, okay, we've already got the word peppermint. Perfect. And then I need the sentiment that says, I love you more than. And then, guys, that's going to be it. I hope y'all have enjoyed this project. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Let's see it. Nothing more than, uh-oh. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Kind of hard to see it. All right. And this was stamped in real, nope, this is stamped in cherry cobbler. All right, we're gonna do there. And then spice is gonna be there. And peppermint. And we do have to cut these out, but it won't take but a second. And then I'm going to put a spin on it that's going to make you go, wow. All right, let's cut this out real quick. So I am going to just freehand cut. You can cut however you want it. You could do the punch if that made you feel better, because I know some people don't like fussy cutting, but sometimes I do like the fussy cut look. So we're going to just cut this out real quick. I'm going to round that off. All right. Now let's cut out the spice too. All right, there's that. Come on. I'm going to go up and around this one. All right, so then what I did with the other piece is I am going to cut along the bottom. All right, and then we're going to cut that. Hold on one second. Oh gosh, I hope I can cut this straight. All right, now what we're going to do is cut these in little pieces. If you wanted to leave it as a whole word, you can, but I loved the look of having it chopped up. All right, so now we're going to take this. We're going to put our liquid glue on here. Come on, hold on. I need my pig tool that's really got my putty on the end. All right, we're going to say love is going to go right there. All right, and then you. This is more. And I just kind of staggered these. And I just thought that was really cute. All right, more than. And then peppermint spice, of course, is done with dimensionals. Oh, thanks, Debbie. I hope you do enjoy. I appreciate y'all being here. I'm very grateful that I get to spend the evenings with y'all doing this. I want to put that one on with a mini because it seems like the other sides is wanting to stick out. So let's put 2 minis on this spice. All right, now I'm gonna give you the wow factor. All right, let's put peppermint right there. And then spices on the other end. It's right up under there. Okay, there we go. Now, let me give you the wow factor. Take our Wink of Stella. Do y'all use Wink of Stella? I love Wink of Stella. So let's pack this up. Let's get our supplies put away here. Get the desk cleaned up. All right. So take the Wink of Stella and spray it around on the whipped cream. and give it that great blend. And I also did it on the marshmallows. All right. Now do you see it glittering? Yeah, there we go. Isn't that cool? Love it. All right, so there is the wow factor. I hope that wowed you because it did me when I did it. All right. So let's do card 5. Card 4. Card 3. Card 2. And card 1. There you go, guys. All right, let me zoom out so you can see them all. There you go. All right, there are all the projects for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the craft along. I thank each and every one for being here. And I will be back live on Wednesday morning with Coffee and a Card. If you're interested in getting this kit, you can click the link in the video and do the shopping, and I will send you all the products. All right, guys, also join the emails so you don't miss out on the Black Friday shopping spree. It's going to be amazing. Talk to you soon. Thank you.